before you do anything this season to your grass, make sure you get your dirt right. Get a soil test done. Let me show you how to do it. I'm JJ, welcome to the Lawn Lab. So why are we doing a soil test? Turf grass requires specific soil conditions to thrive, and one of those is making sure that your soil is the right pH. What does that mean? pH is short for potential hydrogen, and all it is a measure of the concentration of hydrogen ions in a solution. Acidic solutions have a higher concentration of hydrogen ions. Alkaline solutions have a lower concentration. pH is measured on a 14-point scale. 1 are things like battery acid, and things up like 14 are super aggressive drain cleaners. So they basically end up doing the same thing. Acids, really strong acids and really strong bases are super reactive, and that's why they're used in cleaners and solutions like that. For reference, water is 7.0. It is completely neutral on the scale. The best pH for your turf grass is going to be around 6 to 6.8. If it's too acidic or basic, your grass plants can't access the nutrients that are inside your soil. If it's too acidic or basic, those nutrients aren't available for your grass plant. So you could be spending lots of time and money trying to baby your grass when everything you're putting down, all the fertilizers and the stimulants you're trying to use, aren't being accessed by the plant because the pH is off. So if you're a Maryland homeowner especially, you have to be wary of over-fertilizing. So many people put way too much fertilizer down for their grass, when in reality it could be fixed with ending your pH. Over-fertilizing is going to do more harm than good, and those nutrients are going into the ground, into the water, and into the bay, rather than being used up by the plant. You need to get your soil right to have a great looking lawn. Now, doing a soil test is extremely easy. You can use a shovel, trowel like I have here, or my preferred method is using a soil probe. You can pick one of these up on Amazon, super cheap and very useful. Now, if you have a large area or you're planting multiple crops, not just turf grass, it would make sense to get a separate soil test in each section of your property. Here we have just under 5,000 square feet, and there aren't any drastically different things going on in the yard, and we're going to only be planting turf grass here. So I'm going to use a collection of samples throughout the property in one soil sample. It's very easy to do this. All you're going to do is dig down about 3 to 4 inches and collect about 12 to 15 samples. I would say enough to get 1 cup full of dirt. Now you're going to pick out the roots, you're going to pick out rocks, and you're going to pick out any of the vegetation. All you want is the dirt. We have some really compacted soil. And whatever container you're using to collect your dirt, make sure you rinse it out. If you had anything in this prior to putting the soil in here, then it's going to show up in the sample and it's going to mess up your results. Here's some things to keep in mind while you're taking your sample. 1, go from a variety of locations and try to spread out your samples as evenly as possible across your property in a zigzag or W pattern. 2, go 3 to 4 inches down. This is going to be the soil that's going to be primarily interacting with your turf grass roots, so that's going to be the most accurate result. 3, get about 1 cup of dirt, and make sure it's only dirt. It's not rocks, it's not vegetation, it's not the root mass. You're looking for just the dirt. When you get the results back from your soil testing lab, and I have to stress this, it might recommend that you put an absurd amount of lime down to correct a pH imbalance. Don't do it all at once. You're going to do it in stages throughout the year, and probably it's going to take multiple years to correct that pH. Don't worry, it's a process, but your grass will instantly show improvement once you start correcting the pH. I've got a small amount of dirt right here that I've collected. Pro tip is I'm gonna let this dry out, and I'm actually gonna run it through a sieve to make sure I have nothing in there but dirt. And then I'll be sending that off to the lab, and we'll talk about the results when I get them in.